What's going on, guys? Connor Owens Fast Food here, back with a brand new video. I know I sound very weird, but I am very sick. I probably have the flu or something, I don't even know, probably just the common cold. I wanted to post a video today because I promised you guys, or I don't know if I promised you guys, but I promised myself and I promised other friends that I would be posting every other day. Yesterday I did not post, but the day before that I posted that super long video of me going to the thrift store, to the flea market. I was actually going to wake up early and go to the flea market today, but I just wasn't feeling up to it. My nose was still super stuffy. I was sneezing. You guys get the picture of being sick. So today I figured, hey, my dad keeps bothering me about eating the leftovers in the fridge. Usually I eat like 1 or 2 items a day, or like maybe one thing here and there, or I'll go get more food, which he doesn't like because I'll go get like more Subway, because then the fridge is full of leftovers. So today I am going to do something a little bit weird and a little bit different. I know you guys have seen mukbangs in the past, mainly by David Dobrik or like Josh Peck or other YouTubers, but today I'm gonna be doing a leftovers mukbang, and I have a variety of different things. I have some pancakes, I have some Subway, I have some Chinese food, which was from Panda Express, I have some pizza, which is from like one of the best places in South Florida, which is Mama Maria's. Best pizza I've ever had. Then they have tacos. They don't have tacos, they're only Italian food. But my dad made tacos a few nights ago, so I'm gonna eat everything that I am showing you guys right now. Hopefully it doesn't taste bad or anything. I know it's leftover. The pancakes, the biscuit, and the bacon is from this local place called Lester's. Very, very good place. Hopefully everything heats up pretty well. I'm gonna try to eat as much as I can without overstuffing myself. But also with my kind of mukbangs, I honestly just eat stuff here and there and then leave it out and then keep on eating it throughout the day. So right now it's 10 o'clock a.m. so I'm gonna eat a little bit, then I'm gonna wait, do some eBay work, then eat a little bit, and I'm also gonna answer some questions for you guys. So if you guys have any questions for me, make sure you guys leave them in the comments down below. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button and become a McScriber. Enjoy the video. If I had to give you guys like a little trick at home, if you guys are trying to heat up food, I would always add just a little bit of water just to give it some moisture. Don't add too much because you don't want to drown it, but just give it a little bit of moisture because when you reheat it, you want that water to absorb and make it like juicy, and you guys know what I mean, like fresh tasting. This Panda doesn't need too much water because there's already a bunch of juices in that. Just add a little bit of water for the white rice and then heat it up. For the taco mix, I just mixed up everything together. Put the meat and the rice together, and then I put some onions, peppers, and tomatoes in there. I'm gonna heat this up again just to make sure it's nice and fresh. And I'm gonna do the bacon and the pancakes last, and then maybe the Subway. I don't even know if I'll put it in this mukbang, but the Subway was bought yesterday, so it should be good for another couple days. This stuff is a little bit older, that's why. Alright guys, so everything is ready to be feasted on, and I have a list of questions to answer that you guys have asked me in the past couple videos. Actually, a bunch of them are over a year old. I went to my last question and answers video, which was like episode 4. That was like in August of 2017. So over a year ago, we have a bunch of questions, then also a couple recent questions. So I'm gonna go through, let's just do one right now before we start eating. We'll do a simple one from Manny27V. How tall are you? I am 6'6", and I always get asked when I'm at the thrift store, did the Miami Heat call? Let me know if they did because I want a part of your money, blah, 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 like something like that. They're always like, oh, how's the weather up there? Weather's fine, man. 6'6", please don't bother me. I think I'm just gonna bust right into this Mexican food right here. Got the ground beef with some onions, some peppers, some tomatoes, and some Mexican rice. So good. Even leftovers taste really good. Gonna grab a piece of that leftover bacon from Lester's. Ooh, Lester's is really good. If you guys are in South Florida, make sure you guys go check out Lester's Diner. This one's on Coconut Creek Parkway and 441. If you go there, get the super deal. The super deal, you get 2 eggs, 2 or 3 sausages, you get a bunch of bacon, 3 pancakes, and a biscuit, and hash browns, all for like $9.50 or $10.50. It's an amazing deal. So if you go to Lester's, get the Lester's super deal. It is amazing. Even bacon, 3 days old, heated up in the microwave, is so delicious. This one is actually kind of funny because my friend Kyle, that I grew up with, Kyle Potter. This guy's name is Kyle Potter too. And it says, any advice for better sourcing? Honestly, you could source anywhere. You could go to Walmart. Sometimes they have a clearance sale. You guys have seen me go there in the past when we did like a trip to Ross or a trip to Burlington Coat Factory. I went to Walmart afterwards because it's already over there in Coral Springs. He was also asking me like, how often do I go out thrifting, blah, 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 stuff like that. And I go pretty much whenever I'm feeling up to it. Obviously today I'm not feeling up to it, but I still like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I could just make a quick little stop to the thrift stores in Boca Raton, maybe find a couple dope items, then come home, rest. But I should just rest the entire day. That's why I decided to do this leftovers mukbang and Q&A for you guys, because I know you guys have questions all the time. And this one's by Penelope Bernier. Would you ever move out of the US or out of Florida? And honestly, no. I don't even think I'd move out of my county. Like Broward County, it's awesome. There's tons of things to do. Everything's super close. If maybe there was like a catastrophic natural disaster where a hurricane wiped out our city, then maybe I would move, but I think I would honestly just rebuild. I just think it would be really cool and impressive to start from scratch and build from the ground up. So honestly, probably no. Even if my channel grew to millions of subscribers, I don't think I would move to California. I love where I live. I love the people. I love the city. I love everything about my area. So honestly, probably won't be moving anytime soon, but I would visit places. Like if someone's like, yo, I want to do a collaboration video in California, then I'd fly to California and then come back to Florida because I love Florida. The weather's awesome. It doesn't get too cold. I hate being sick. We're gonna go with the next item, which is from Mama Maria's Pizza. I believe we had this on Monday night. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I believe they have a special. Monday and Tuesday, their special is $11.99 cash only pickup, and they have a large pizza, which is cheese. It's a little bit pricey, but the quality, the size, everything is just amazing about this pizza. For $12, you get a beautiful cheese pizza. Obviously, it doesn't look as beautiful now, but it is honestly still very delicious. And one thing about my acid reflux is I can't really have anything like tomato sauce, and it's very acidic, but their sauce is very sweet and it doesn't bother my stomach at all. I never have a problem. Oh, I forgot to take my medicine. I should do that before I eat this pizza, just to be on the safe side. Honestly, I've never been a big pill taker or a medicine taker, so whenever I take medicine, I'm just not used to it, but I've been getting used to taking these pills, which are kind of big. For me, it's big. This one's easy. I can almost swallow this without taking any water. This one is for the anxiety. This one's for like heartbeat and sweat. So like sometimes when I have anxiety, my heart will start racing and I'll start sweating. And then this one is for the acid reflux. So I always take this one first because it takes a little bit more water to get down, and I don't want to be left with like this much water and then I'm like, oh no, I'm choking. Sometimes I just pretend like it's a gummy bear or something, because you know when you eat like gummy bears and you swallow them whole on accident, and it feels so weird. Ugh. That anxiety one, I accidentally kept it in my mouth too long and it just started tasting terrible. I think it's honestly really good to talk about like anxiety. This is gonna happen, you can't do anything about it. And it's good to talk to you guys because it's good to like admit your problems. And that's a good thing about YouTube, is I can express myself and talk to you guys, and you guys could comment and be like, hey Connor, I have the same problem. Honestly, you just gotta tell somebody, because if you don't tell anyone and you keep it in your mind, that shit will build up and it'll just kill you over time. We're just gonna go through another question. This one's gonna be by a hater, by Joey Herbs. It says, are you trying to get views or screw people? And I think he's asked that because when I'm at the flea market and I buy something for like $15 and I say it's worth $150, I'm not gonna tell that person it's worth $150. Like, I'm doing my job. They're supposed to know what their items that they have are. Sometimes people at the flea market know exactly what they have and what it's worth, and they're probably not gonna get that much for that item. But the people that are selling stuff, they bought a big bulk lot at a storage auction. I'll take $15 for these Jordans. They look dirty, they need to be cleaned up. I will take that risk. I'll buy them for the $15. I'm sure even if he charged me $30 for that item, I probably would have picked it up. Like those Jordan 11 Legend Blues in my last video. Then I got the Candy Cane 14s for $15 from the same seller, and the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and the Star Wars stuff, all from the same guy. Let's say he spent $200 on the entire lot and he makes $2,000 on everything. Sure, if he took the time, he probably could have got maybe $3,000 or $4,000 by selling it on eBay, but he doesn't have the time to do that. There's a lot of items. He just wants to move it quickly. So no, I am not trying to screw people over. I ask them the price, I negotiate, it's fun. If someone has an item for $5, I'm like, would you take $3? And he says no, I pay the $5. If they say yes to the $3, I saved a little bit of money, I get a dope item. I always try to avoid those types of questions on YouTube. Sometimes I try to reply nicely or delete the comment or just ignore it completely because they're kind of really negative, and I don't like that negativity on my YouTube channel. Wow, that's really good. Even leftover. There's a little bit of cracking. It's like I'm talking about like shoes or something. There's a little bit of crack. There's some chipping on the midsoles right here. There's a little bit of cracking on the pizza. It's still so fire. I want to try some of this Panda Express. I really love Panda Express. I always get Uber Eats. It's like $12 shipped to my door. I say shipped to my door, but someone drives and delivers it to my door for $12. Honestly, I think that's a great deal because most of the time this feeds me 2 or 3 meals, and most of the time I eat like small portions, which is also another reason for my acid reflux. I gotta eat small portions. Don't expect a normal mukbang. Basically have a buffet of leftover foods and I'm eating them all. I'm not gonna finish all the food. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. Really appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. Been gaining over like 1,000 subscribers in the past month. It really motivates me to make more videos. Even when I'm sick right now, I'm making videos for you guys. When did you start thrifting and some tips about thrifting? Honestly, let's just go with the tips first. I got my tape measure here. I always go like this with the tape measure just to like, it's pretty much like a fidget spinner for me. Like, oh fuck, damn, you guys see that? I literally just did that on camera. I cut myself with tape measure and I'm bleeding. Don't play with your tools. That wasn't even like a paper cut, it's like a metal cut. Ow! We're not playing with the tape measure ever again. But to answer your question, man, this thing is still just bleeding over and over. I'm not a vampire, I promise, guys. This question can be answered in a very long, whole entire video, honestly. The origins of Connor, or Connor Owens Fast Food, was I really love going to garage sales with my mom, and when she passed away, it would remind me of her when I went to garage sales and pick up stuff, and I had all this stuff. All I was doing was selling stuff that I got at garage sales on Craigslist, Facebook. Then eventually my grandma was like, oh, you should try eBay, and I did try eBay and I did very well with it. And then I got my job at McDonald's and I was doing both of those, and when McDonald's was kind of getting weird, like people would start threatening you, and I thought it wasn't worth working there, and I was starting to make the same amount of money working at McDonald's that I was on eBay, I decided to quit McDonald's and do eBay full time. Around that time, I think that song Thrift Shop came out by Macklemore, and I don't want to sound like a fan or bandwagon or whatever it's called, a fan wagon, but I wasn't really going to thrift stores when I first started doing this. I was going to the flea market, I was going to garage sales, and then I saw that Thrift Shop song come out by Macklemore, and I was like, yo, I could go there. There's a bunch of Goodwills and Salvation Armies right down the street in Margate. So I started going to them, and that was probably like 6 or 8 years ago. So I have been going to thrift stores for 6 or 8 years. The Macklemore song did inspire me to go to the thrift store. I know it's like kind of corny, and a lot of people are always like, oh, that song ruined the thrift store. But I was a reseller that only went to garage sales, and I only went to the flea market, and then I started going to thrift stores, and then I got into clothing, I got into shoes, I got into vintage. I wish I was into vintage 90s clothes when I was in high school, because my high school attire and what I wore was just so crappy. I hope you guys have been enjoying this video. I think I'm gonna cut it short because this video has been super long. But if you guys do want another Q&A video in the future, I want you guys to smash that thumbs up button. Comment down below any questions you guys have, and make sure you guys become a McScriber. I am going to rest now. I am very sick. I know I didn't eat that much food on camera, but I will be eating it during the day today and resting a lot. I'm watching The World's Weirdest Homes on Netflix right now. I don't know why. I've been watching lots of Friends, but I don't want to go through it too fast because I'm on season 9. There's only one more season after that. So I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button once again. Make sure you guys don't smash the thumbs up button and then it unlikes it. I want you guys to smash that thumbs up button, become a McScriber, ring the bell, and have a nice day. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.
Erectile dysfunction is bad, but leaving a like on the video isn't. Whether you're hard or soft, make sure to slap that like button and subscribe while you're at it.